They warned me. Everyone warned me about this place. But I didn't listen. And now, if you're hearing this, if you're watching this, it means I didn't make it out. I can feel him watching through the shadows, through the cracks in the walls, through every reflection that isn't mine. I stepped inside the old mansion for what I thought would be a simple caretaker job. The air was still, the kind of silence that presses against your ears. The floorboards groaned under my weight, whispering secrets I wasn't ready to hear. And then I saw it, a flicker of movement at the corner of my eye, though the hallway was empty. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows. But the fear inside me had nothing to do with weather. It was something else, something ancient, and it wanted me to know. Some doors are never meant to be opened. I shivered, gripping the railing as I climbed the stairs. If you think curiosity is harmless, you're wrong. Curiosity invited him, and now, so have I. The mansion wasn't just old. It was alive in a way that made your skin crawl. For floors, 90 rooms, shadows lurking where light should be. The Count had been a cruel man, a Spanish noble obsessed with wealth and secrets. They say he never truly left. Locals told me the second floor is empty because no one dares sleep there. The bottom floor is stacked with crates, barrels, lumber, storage, yes, but storage with history. And the patio, where a duel ended in death, a count versus an Austrian prince. The story varies, but everyone agrees. Someone died unjustly, and the place has been restless ever since. I was desperate for money. The mansion was mine for a month. I ignored the warnings, laughed off the whispers about ghosts and curses. But even as I unpacked my things, the hairs on my neck stood up. It was quiet to quiet, and quiet in this house was never good. Night fell, and with it came the knocking. Not loud, not chaotic, deliberate, slow, methodical. 3 taps, sometimes 4, always at the same intervals. I told myself it was pipes, or wind, or rats. But then, the knocking moved to the walls around me, and sometimes, I swear, it followed me from room to room. I tried recording it. The microphone picked up nothing but the usual creaks. But in the shadows, I saw movement. Something brushing the furniture, a silhouette flitting along the hallway. I joked to myself, if ghosts charged rent, I'd be broke. And yet, the feeling didn't leave. A cold brush against my arm, a soft sigh behind my ear. Something alive in the silence, watching, testing. Then, one night, the knocking stopped. Complete silence, and I knew, with that instinctive dread you can't explain, that something else was beginning. I found it in the hallway, the Count's portrait. The eyes that once seemed to stare straight ahead now looked down, toward a wall panel I hadn't noticed. My heartbeat spiked. The panel was a hidden door. No one ever mentioned it in the caretaker manual. Curiosity clawed at me. I hesitated. I rationalized. It's probably just a closet, I whispered. But I knew. I just knew that opening it would change everything. My hand shook as I touched the cold metal handle. The door creaked, and the air behind it smelled of dust and secrets. Shadows shifted, and in that moment, I realized I wasn't alone. "You shouldn't be here," I thought I heard in a low voice. but there was no one visible. My rational mind screamed, "Leave." My feet didn't listen. The passage was narrow, suffocating. Symbols etched into the walls glimmered faintly under my flashlight. My breath fogged in the cold air. At the end, a locked chamber awaited, the Count's private study. Untouched, secret, waiting. The diary lay on the desk, leather cracked, pages yellowed with age. And on the first page, I bargained my soul for a voice that never fades. My fingers trembled as I read aloud. Instantly, I felt it. The room shifted, the air thickened, and the whisper began. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it's the wind. Maybe it's imagination. But when the cold fingers brushed my cheek, I knew otherwise. I had awoken him, and now there was no turning back. Night after night, I hear them, voices that echo my name in accents I don't recognize. Whispers that crawl along the walls, down the hallways, through the cracks of the floors. My journal entries become frantic, erratic. I try to escape, but the mansion isn't just a building anymore. It's a trap. The gates are rusted, the phone lines dead, and the whispers? They know I'm listening. I caught a glimpse once, not in the mirror, but in the corner of my eye, a shadow, tall, impossibly thin, watching. Every time I blink, it's closer. Every sound, a warning. If you're thinking about this place, don't let curiosity bring you here. Some things are meant to remain hidden. The diary explained it. Mirrors were not for reflection, but for preservation. The Count had used them as gateways for his soul, and by reciting his name while cleaning the glass, I completed the ritual. The reflection moved on its own. My own image lagged behind, twisted, smirking. The air chilled, and I realized with terror I had invited him into my reality. I smashed the mirror. Shards clattered across the floor. But his reflection didn't vanish. It laughed, silent, cruel. And then I understood. He doesn't just haunt the living. He walks inside them, inside their reflections. Some of you may think this is impossible, but if you see your own reflection wink, remember, I warned you. The haunting escalated. Doors slammed. Windows shattered. Shadows moved with intent. The Count's silhouette, darker than any shadow, stalked the hallways. He doesn't chase to kill. He chases to consume. I hid in the library, where the death records revealed the truth. He had unfinished business. A vow to live again through anyone who discovered his secrets. Every page I turned, every word I read, tethered me closer to him. The mansion twisted. Hallways looped impossibly. Stairs ended in walls. I screamed once, but the sound echoed back as laughter. He wanted me to surrender, and he would have his way if I allowed it. I record this last note, my voice trembling. Steps echo behind me. The Count's last curse is clear. Every retelling awakens him. Every whisper shared invites him closer. I address you directly. If you are watching this, if you are alone in a quiet room tonight, listen. He is awake. He is patient. And curiosity is his prey. The knocking returns, slow, deliberate. 3 taps. I can feel him now, watching, waiting, and perhaps he is watching you too. Remember, some stories are never meant to end. Some doors are never meant to open, and some ghosts live forever in the shadows of those who dare to tell their tale.